What's going on, YouTube? It's okmall. Today I got some exciting news. Stoneshard had a huge update. We actually got brand new characters. We also got like 55 additional weapons, I do believe. On top of that, I mean, I thought we were going to get caves, but I guess that's going to be a later down the road kind of thing. So, I mean, we've got new characters. Pretty cool. Only problem I have with it is I wish it would have came sooner. I already have builds preordained and ready to go for tomorrow, so that's a thing. But we'll try to catch up. Seem like I'm a little behind, but with that being said, let's kind of cover this, right? So it's the 9.2.0 changelog. Says hello everyone, meet patch 9.2.0. This one brings a wealth of new content. Focus on brigands and their bastions, along with various fixes and improvements. There's also one previously unannounced surprise that they're going to reveal below. I think I've already spoiled it, chat. I apologize. Any hoosers. Starting off with additions. Important. Due to the changes to the bastion generation algorithm, all previously saved dungeons have been reset. And this means that if you have a saved dungeon, loading in will spawn you outside. And if we look here, here is one of such new contracts that are going to be added. This is just to rescue a hapless peasant. But they added 3 new conditions. Iron Discipline. Oh, sorry. I actually skipped over something. They added 3 new contracts. The Underground Workshop, Stolen Shipment, and, as you can tell from the image here, a hostage rescue. They also added 3 Bastion conditions, which would be Iron Discipline, Hefty Stockpiles, and Revelry. Here's one such of those where you got to break it down, similar to how we have to do in some of those proselyte dungeons. You got to break some things. They added numerous new room templates in the bastions. This is one such room. I actually had one in the Discord channel as well, which looks like a I don't know if it's a secret room, but it's literally a weapon room. It's just got a bunch of weapon racks. Imagine finding that inside of a dungeon. They added a new catacomb condition, Rite of Ascension. They overhauled the Brigand faction to make their tier progression more gradual and visually distinguishable. Many old brigands received new abilities, stats, as well as sprites, and they added 13 brigand types, including 3 new mini-bosses. Look at these guys. I'm telling you, Stoneshard devs, they be killing it with their sprites. I mean, look at this dude over here. And then this one, oh, this guy looks dope. Really does. And then we got this guy here. Looks like he like throws stuff at us. And here's the items, are the like this one, we've seen this before. Maybe you guys have, maybe you have. But like these are new. It says here added 11 new brigand abilities, and 7 of which are connected to one of the bastion's conditions. So that's frightening. And this fire thing, the torch, looks like it's gonna be this guy, as well as probably the axe throwing. It's probably all be gonna oriented towards this first dude here. The next thing up, this, I read this at work, and let me tell you what, my mind was blown. They reworked each character's unique perks. Ooh, so each one of these makes it even more unique. So Derwin, for example, starts off with Ranger's Grit. He will start the game with Make a Halt already learned. On top, so that's 1 less skill point he has to spend. Okay, let's go. Grants Butchering, 20% chance to harvest pelts, regardless of the damage type used to kill the enemy, which is essentially the same thing as that follower trait, I do believe. Alda's follower trait. It also increases this chance by 1% and grants 1% additional experience gain up to 20 for each hunting ground visited for the first time. So you travel the map, you find hunting grounds, you can get additional 20% chance to harvest those pelts through that butchering skill there. On top of that, this is wild to me. Y'all have been asking for like additional skill points and stuff like that. Well, they're kind of giving it to us. Grants 1 ability point and 1 stat point for every 3 points invested in the survival skill tree. I think that's going to be 3 additional skill points and 3 additional ability points. What? That's wild. On top of the fact that you have to invest 1 less skill point into survival because you get Make a Halt automatically. It's wild. That's 4 additional ability points, 3 additional stat points. If I counted everything in survival correctly, I'm pretty sure I did. Then we got Yorgi. Now, Yorgi's pretty cool. Yorgrim Blood and Glory. So this allows butchering to harvest various trophies from mini bosses. This sounds pretty good. It says delivering a trophy while turning in a contract grants additional rewards for the contract. So 10% additional rewards and 10% additional reputation. So you should be able to increase your reputation gain as well as your money a lot faster by doing Yorgi. Also grants 1 stat point and plus 2, so 1 stat point and plus 2% weapon damage for every 3 trophies delivered for the first time, up to 5. So that would be what? 10% additional weapon damage and 5 stat points. Wild. Killing enemies will also grant you plus 5% experience gain for 60 turns, and this is stacks up to 10 times. I'm not really a fan of the experience, but whatever. Then we have Arna, Vow of Feet. It says each enemy within your vision grants you the rate of heroism, optimism, prudence activation by 20%, up to 100, and then grants plus 5% chance to trigger second wind. And then it says each received level improves the effects of positive psyche states by 3%. Additionally, will reduce the cooldowns between their activation by 50%. Since killing dangerous enemies will also grant you additional experience depending on the character's level. I mean, not as excited about it because, like, I liked it before when I could try to stack cooldowns in general, but this is more about psyches. So I don't really know how I feel about it. And I built my next 2 playthroughs around Arna specifically for the cooldowns. Toss that idea out now. I still gotta play those. Like, I don't have enough time to make new playthroughs yet. I just don't have it. And then we have Yana, Magical Erudition. It says grants 5% power of the corresponding school and 5% miracle potency for each unique magical treaty in the inventory. This is interesting to me because it's kind of forcing you to just have your inventory filled with books just to get more miracle potency. So I think the magical power by each of the corresponding school, as in, like, if you have a bunch of electro books, it would increase 5% plus 5% for miracle potency. I'd have to test that one out, but that's the way I'm reading it at least. Grants a negative 1% backfire chance for each magical treaty read for the first time, and then 1% experience gain for each ability point invested into sorcery. Then we have Velmir. It says killing mini bosses will replenish morale and sanity. Whatever. If there's a boss or mini boss within vision, applies all the enemies within vision more damage taken for each mini boss killed for the first time, up to 30%. That's pretty wild. So you kill more mini bosses, you can get all enemies within that mini boss's range to take 30% more damage. It's impressive. And it also grants plus 1.5% experience gain for each mini boss killed for the first time. Grants 10% reputation gain and 2 stat points for each killed mini boss. What? Does that one stack or is that infinite? There's no way. What? What? Grants 10% reputation gain and 2 stat points for each killed boss. Are we talking boss? Not mini boss. Oh, so like the troll and the manticore, you can get 4 additional stat points for Velmir. It seems like everybody is getting stat points except for Arna and Yana. That's unfortunate. And this is what I was talking about earlier. 55 brand new weapons and armor, 17 of which are uniques. Oh, we're getting brand new flails. That's awesome. Look at this. Oh my god. Look at the maces though. One of these has a fish head. I think it's this one. Oh, they're so freaking amazing. Oh my goodness. Look at the axes. Look at these bows. Oh my god. That's not even going to be everything. Look at those shields. They got to be some of the best sprite makers, man. I'm telling you. Added new rare hunting trophies, a Gulan liver, a wolf tongue, moose kidney, troll gland, and boar tusks. Added 3 new dishes, taiga rasolnik, Gulan liver and apples. Gulan liver and apples, huh? And glazed wolf tongue. Interesting. Replace the giant rats with rat swarms. What is this? These guys are crazy. Look at it. And you could loot the dead rats? What's the point of it? Why you want to? What's that for? Okay. Added wild bird nests with lootable eggs. Pretty cool. They added a freaking owl. Hold up. I'll talk about that in a sec. Added rats to certain locations as small neutral animals, similar to crabs. Added seaweed to beaches, which is nice. Replaces some vegetables in cooking recipes. Added a new plant, lavender. Added owls to the woods. What? Freaking owls? I love owls. And added a new caravan camp animation to Leaf and Varid. And then we get the next part. A character pack. A free character pack at that. For now, and now for the promised surprise, we're excited to offer the free character pack, adding 3 new playable heroes, each with their own unique perk, starting equipment, and lines. Bruh. Now, this doesn't go over it. I'm going to go over it. I'm actually going to download this in a bit. I'm going to showcase each individual character's traits. I'm not going to make a whole new guide video about this, but I'm just going to talk about it shortly with this update here. So we have Mahir, which should be the elf, a follower of the ancient teachings that interpret the path of truth quite literally. Mahir draws strength from long journeys and the restless pursuit of self-improvement. We have Leothson of Nistra, trained from childhood to serve as an ageman, a bodyguard to the great Despo. God, this is so hard to talk. Knows better than anyone that traditional warfare and magic are far from mutually exclusive. And then Hilda, the seasoned huntress and shipwrecked survivor, relies not only on her own prowess, but also on the blessings of the spirits, which she appeases with regular offerings. Now, we hope these new heroes and mechanics will bring you a bit of novelty to your adventure before the proper implementation of the custom characters. They also got balances here, so significantly increase the duration of most dish effects, which is good. Increase the amount of experience granted for killing most enemies. So they want us to level faster, apparently. Adjusted some cooking recipes to allow more flexibility. Okay. Added a new stat. Abilities energy cost. That acts as a base coefficient, while skill energy cost and spell energy cost serves as its modifiers. Interesting. Expanded the range of backfire chance stat. It can now go into the negative values, allowing it to properly reduce the base backfire chance of spells. That's pretty good. I just thought it worked in the background. I didn't know it just literally cut off at 0. Interesting. Caltrops can now do more damage when thrown and will no longer break when hitting the target directly. Okay. The miasma condition. Reduce the base intoxication gain. Let's go. I hate this one so much. I'm sure you guys are pretty excited about that. Independent of the dungeon's danger level by 20%. See, adjusted the supply and demand system to track each commodity type individually. In practical terms, buying or selling grain will no longer affect the prices of coal. Oh my god, let's go. That was annoying. So ranged enemies will now drop the remaining ammunition if they are left upon death, if there are any arrows left after they die. All right. Reduce the negative impact of followers and installed caravan upgrades with reduce the negative impact of followers and installed caravan upgrades on fodder consumption. Okay. Reduce the base price of fodder. Good, because it's way too expensive. Reduce the amount of fodder received from most ingredients. Oh, so they reduce the cost of fodder, but then they reduce how much fodder we gain. But I'm tired of walking around to get fodder. I'll just buy it at that point. What's the price? Reduce the base repopulation time for distant dungeons by 4 days. Okay, that's a plus. Then we got some attacks here. Cleaving strike, increase base bleed, onrush, base damage, mutilating lunge, increase bleed. Excuse me. Cut through, increase the base weapon damage and armor penetration bonus. Onslaught got to reduce on days. Armor break increase the days. Arcane lore reduce the bonuses by half. Will to survive reduce the scaling of the damage taken by half. No time to linger. No time to linger allows sudden lunge to be used without spending a turn. Wait, no longer allows sudden lunge to be used without taking a turn, but instead granted a significant weapon damage bonus and greatly reduces its energy cost and cooldown duration. Interesting. Huh. Impaling lunge, precise hits. The effects are now also activated if the target is affected by net. Then we have changed and fine-tuned the stats of many items. Oh, great. I gotta relearn the item stats. Oh. All right, so quality of life, improved camera handling when edge panning and moving with the middle mouse button. Holding middle mouse button no longer resets when hovering over UI elements. And edge panning now allows for smoother, more precise camera movements instead of being limited to the cardinal directions. Stability, fix a crash caused by activating sleep effect when moving to the caravan storage. Rare crash caused by defiled remains. Fix soft lock caused by the Gurids. Dying on the same turn as a tongue pole. Fix the escape key soft lock using by removing a currently active modes icon from the hotbar. We have some fixes. Distant dungeons no longer close 1 day after being cleared. Sorry, distant dungeons will now close 1 day after being cleared instead of immediately after arriving in the caravan camp. Thank God we can at least get back and forth a little bit. Fix the bug that caused the Well of Souls to stop spawning wraiths indefinitely or after summoning 3 of them. Fix life drain, triggering twice while reflecting damage. Fix contract-related debuffs with indefinite duration, such as Curse of Decay, applied by Grimoire, being removed from the character after receiving a similar finite buff. Interesting. Improve the system for spawning contract items, such as anatomical diagrams in dungeons, allowing them to be more evenly distributed. Fix the bug where the expiration time of cabbage would reset after splitting it into parts. Fix one of the craftsmen's at the St. Walt's Bridge, repairing incorrect item types. Fix the hover of leeches displaying incorrect stats. Fix the incorrect positioning of pop-up hints on certain screen resolutions. Unstoppable Force. Fix the interaction with keeping them coming to allow the activation of Mighty Swing. Restore the missing Orient. Oh, it was... Dude, I just thought they got rid of it the whole time. It was a bug, apparently. But they restored the Orient Quiver and Reinforced Bolt Quiver. I guess you can now buy them. Fix the issue with charge skills targeting around multi-tiled enemies. Hopefully that fixes the troll when we try to like charge at him from certain angles. Fix the money exploit in Bryn's Bank. Fix some dishes missing their intended crit efficiency bonus. Fix the incorrect categorization of Seal of Finesse. Fix the bug allowing the Manticore to sometimes occupy the same tower as a runic boulder. Fix the issue preventing the some unique items from spawning. Oh, that's not good. Well, I'm glad they fixed it. Fix Brand missing his damage dealt stat. Fix the possibility of activating positive drug effects while affected by Aftermath. Fix the bug preventing rain in some locations. Fix the monetary blinking effect displayed by every single crowbar in the inventory when prying open locks. Now it will be only displayed on the active one used. We have some AI here. Enemies are now capable of using abilities while in smoke. I just thought that was what they intended. Apparently not. Fixed animals ignoring thrown items. Animals in settlements will no longer flee if the player disturbs the order there. The Bryn Hospital patients will no longer flee if the player disturbs the order there. And fix fleeing wolves incorrectly switching their AI state when affected by Howl. A couple miscellaneous ones here. Renamed most skeletons to better reflect the order's hierarchy, and then added new descriptions to some of them as well. Wigmar now has his own special contract dialogue, descriptions, and certain other phrases related to them. Changed the visuals of equipped cloaks, and updated the icons of several effects. Then we have the Stoneshard demo got an update. So instead of being the prologue, it's literally just the demo. Why does it say $125? Oh, it's Mexico? Okay, something like that. Now, I'm pretty sure there was another update after this, because this had a couple of different patch updates right here. Yeah, so update 2.1 and 2.2. It fixed a bug preventing Mahir from taking contracts from Odar, fixed the incorrect name of makeshift forges during the underground workshop contract, fixed the incorrect critical chance formula for dagger throw and hatchet throw. Is that for us or is that for the enemy? Fixed lavender turning into Burnett when picked up. Well, that's not good. Fixed the issue causing some contracts using correct names and descriptions. Fix the repeated line in Mahir's dialogue with the hero font. Fix the possibility of activating 2 seals of finesse at the same time. Fix the delivery couriers being assigned incorrect roles when spawning at the caravan camp. Fixed the smoke-related crash. Fix the issue preventing wild eggs from being roasted. The pot roast should no longer kill your character. Oh my god, could you imagine on permadeath and you just died? Oh, that'd be sad. Fix a crash caused by sudden lunge, and fix a crash caused by dagger throw. That stuff right there, absolutely amazing. We're getting new characters, chat. Y'all have probably had a chance to already test this out. Me, I have not had the opportunity since I had to work all day. I'll get a chance to check it out tomorrow to an extent. Again, I already have a build set up and ready to go for the next couple of weeks. So I'm not going to be able to test these characters out, unfortunately. And even during my live streams, I'm already working on a build with Velmir and a passives only build, so I can't even do that. But before we end this little update video, let's go ahead and move on over to Stoneshard. Let's see what the new characters look like and what sort of traits they have. All right, let's check it out. First up is Leo. Downloadable content, interesting. So Leo, his trait is Might in Magic. He has a point with Strength, Vitality, and Willpower. So it looks like him and Yana are going to be kind of like magic users. He's a human, a Nistrian human. He starts off with maces, two-handed maces, shields, armored combat, warfare, and geomancy. Interesting. I don't want to read his story. So there's just too much to cover with this little update view. Might in Magic. So, his unique trait will grant him 1.5% magical power for each ability point invested in a weaponry trees. Grants 1.5% weapon damage for each ability point invested in the sorcery trees. Interesting. He could very well be a battle mage. How would you do that to make the most effect? Anyway, grants 2 experience gain, 2 health, and 2 maximum energy for each ability point invested into utility trees. Oh man, you're really messing with me. Interesting. The abilities learned by default won't count. DLC paid? No.
Is that so?
I'm gonna load up. I want to see what he starts off with. Let's take a look here. Ooh, he's got 2 uniques. He starts off with a Nistrian Flame Flask. They changed the purses. Look at that. Is that... Look at it. Oh, I got an updated visual. A Vivifying Essence. That's crazy. He starts off with Leo's Bracers. Physical Resistance, Nature Magic, Bleed, Fumble -1, Backfire -1, Skill Energy Cost -5. Leo's Doublets. Physical Resistance, Bleed, Weapon Damage, Counter, Dodge, and just a heavy War Club. Not bad. All right, next up we have Mahir. Now Mahir starts off with Agility, Perception, Willpower, daggers, dual wielding stabs, athletics, pyro, electro. So he looks like he might be kind of in the dual wielding, daggering kind of life. So lifelong journey. So it grants 33% experience gain and 33 fatigue resistance, up to a total of 33 overall percentages for each location visited for the first time. Fatigue res 33% ain't bad. Activates vigor for 600 turns upon visiting a location for the first time, and 900 turns if it's a dungeon. Interesting, but only for the first time. Grants 1 ability point for each 6 ability points invested into an ability tree, no more than once per tree. You could probably make use of that. It's an interesting way to do it. Okay. Interesting. Well, let's see what he starts off with.
You can.
All right. So we start off with a staff, interestingly enough. 300 crowns, a couple of dried figs, elven mud. He's got 2 uniques. We have Mahir's garments, physical resistance, bleed resist, energy, skill energy cost, experience gain, fatigue. And then physical resistance, bleed, dodge. All right. Okay. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, and last but not least, we got Hilda. She starts strength, agility, and vitality. She gets spears, ranged weapons, athletics, magic mastery, axes, and 2-handed axes. Her unique trait is going to be wild hunt. She'll start the game with resourcefulness, already learned, and bone charm. That allows the characters to sacrifice special hunting trophies. It says here, sacrifice grants the bone charm various bonuses that can be further empowered by killing respective animals and beastly bosses. Each received level increases the threshold of activating negative effects caused by hunger. Wait, each received level increases the threshold. Oh, so like, okay, I think I understand here. So if you increase the level, you'll suffer from hunger, thirst, pain, and intoxication at much higher or much lower rates, I guess. It's a higher number before it activates, essentially. I wonder how high you could stack that.
Is that so?
Well, let's see what she's got. Ooh, that's a unique spear? 17 damage, that's cool. Ooh, and a unique necklace? Physical resistance 4, accuracy, and energy. This is 17 pierce with 15 armor pen, 5 body part damage. Plus 6 accuracy, negative 6 fumble, bleed and immobilization. That's dope. Oh, here it is, bone charm. While in your inventory, grants bonuses that can be added through the crafting menu with rare hunting trophies. The bonuses are empowered by killing respective animals and are refreshed by using more trophies of the required type. The charm can grant up to 3 bonuses simultaneously, and upon reaching the limit, new bonuses will replace the oldest ones. Huh. Can I... Is that not a trophy? With rare hunting trophies. So she must have some other hunting trophy that gets dropped. That's very neat. That's cool. That is really cool. Did we get any new skill trees? Nothing there. So she started off with a skill, right? She starts off with resourcefulness. That's not bad. So that's 1 free skill point right off the bat. Really cool. Really, really cool. All right, now that I've covered the update and the new characters, I'm gonna need to hear y'all's thoughts in the comments down below. I'm excited. If I'm excited, y'all are excited. The new weapons, that's immense. Just 55 new weapons. They could have just gave us that, and I would have been like, I'm in. But giving us new characters and even changing the traits of the older characters, mind's blown. I was honestly expecting caves to drop. It sounded like the last thing I heard was that they were working on caves and trying to get the caves unlocked sooner rather than later. Whatever. But again, comment down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this. If you're excited, not excited, whatever. you know, post it down there, down below. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and family. I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.